In this video, I want to talk to you about how to take your big goal and break it down into tangible action steps that you can actually do. This is something that in the world of self-help and behavior change, we're all recommended to do, and yet no one tells you how to actually do it. But that is what I'm here to do. If you're new here, hi, my name is Karin, and I have a PhD in a field called behavior change. So I'm an expert at things like mindset, behavior, and goal breakdown. And in this video, I'm going to teach you this process so that you can take your big goal and you can make it much more tangible. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and take out a blank piece of paper or pull up some kind of Word document so that you can follow along, because I am actually going to be breaking down a goal on this whiteboard back here so that you can see how the process really works. Step number one is that you're going to want to turn your goal into an objective outcome goal. What exactly does that mean? Let's say that your goal in 2023 is to exercise consistently. If that's your goal, this right now is not very objective and it's not clearly an outcome. What does exercise consistently even mean? How will you know if you've made it or if you failed? If we don't have an objective measurement, something that we can all actually agree on whether you did it or not, that is going to be your first step. So one way to change this goal of exercising consistently into a behavior goal or into a goal that's objective is to change it to a number of days per year. Let's do that. Okay, so what I've done here is I've taken the goal of exercising consistently and I've shifted it so it's more objective. So my goal is to now exercise 75% of the days in the year. I've even made that clearer for myself by saying, okay, I need to exercise a total of 273 days. So now I have a really clear outcome that I want to go for. Now, here's a quick tip for you. If you are a person who struggles with consistency, your default might be to set a goal of exercising 3 times every week. But not every week in your life is going to be the same. And so if you zoom further out and you focus on how many days total you want in the year, you're actually shifting from a consistency focus to a frequency focus. You're focusing on stacking those exercises over and over and over again. And that can really help with your mentality and your perfectionism on a week where maybe you only get 2 workouts in. You can easily say, it doesn't matter, I didn't fail my goal because I'm still on track to eventually hit that 273. So that is step one. You're gonna move your goal into an objective outcome goal. Now here's what I want you to do. If you have a goal that you're struggling to make objective, I want you to go ahead and put it in the comments. And I will come through and I will give anybody who comments some advice on just how to shift your goal so it's more objective and it's more outcome focused. All right, so step 2 is that you are going to set benchmarks. Anytime we have a big goal, like 273 workouts in a year, we're not gonna wait until 273 hits to celebrate. Instead, we're gonna break that goal so we have places to celebrate and places to reflect along the way. So this is when you're gonna break the numbers down and you're gonna say, okay, 273 workout days in a year. What does that translate to? That translates to about 23 workout days per month. I did this math ahead of time. I'm not doing it on the fly, by the way. After that, you're gonna break it down even further and say, okay, my monthly benchmark is 23 days. What is my weekly benchmark? Well, my weekly benchmark is 2 to 3 times per week. So this is an example of how you can take something like this and you can set a monthly or weekly benchmark so you know if you're on track. Let's say your goal is something else. Let's say your goal is running a half marathon. Your benchmarks might look like the first time you run a 5K and the first time you run a 10K race before you eventually run that half marathon. You want to set dates that you're going to do those by so that you know if you're progressing at the correct rate. So that's step number 2, benchmarks. Now we're going to move into step number 3, which is set a planning ritual. I want you to zoom into your smallest benchmark. So in our example, that is weekly. We're trying to work out 4 to 5 times every week. And so I want you to pick a regular time you're going to check in with yourself and ask yourself, am I making the progress I need to go towards my big, scary goal? This is really important. Most people, when they set a big, scary goal, they break it down, but they don't actually put time in their schedule for them to check in, reflect, and adjust. So in this example, what I would want you to do as your coach every single Sunday is I would want you to reflect on the week prior. To say, oh, this week, I only got 2 workouts in when I really wanted to get 4. Why was that? How did that happen? What prevented me from doing that? And if those same obstacles pop up again, how can I make it happen next time? Then you're gonna review the week ahead. So you're gonna look at the next 7 days and you're gonna say, you know what? These are the 4 days that I wanna get my workout in. These are the obstacles I'm gonna face on each of those days, and this is how I'm going to make a plan. So that brings us to step number 4, which is the tiniest but most important step, and that is obstacle anticipation. On a daily basis, I want you to ask yourself, what obstacles am I facing that are going to prevent me from moving towards my goal? And when you do that, you're gonna write something called an implementation intention. All right, here's an example of what that might look like. So let's say that I am sitting down and I know that tomorrow I was supposed to go for a run in order to do my workout. But I know it's gonna rain tomorrow and I absolutely hate running outside in the rain. So if that obstacle comes up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write an if-then statement, an implementation intention. So if obstacle occurs, then solution happens. And you're gonna plan out exactly, behavior by behavior, what you're gonna do in order to get past those obstacles. So in my example, I wrote, if it rains, then I'll drive to Planet Fitness and I will run on the treadmill. All right, so quick review. The 4 steps are, number 1, you're gonna make sure your goal is written as an objective outcome goal. 2, you're gonna break it down and establish benchmarks. Number 3, you are going to set a planning ritual with yourself in your calendar. And number 4 is in those planning rituals and on a daily basis, you're gonna write out implementation intentions. Now, if you watch this whole video and you are saying to me, oh my gosh, Karin, this is so great, but how can I decide what goal to choose? I have videos for that. So I will link them right here so that you can go and watch. And then if you want to, you can even come back to this one and walk through the process with the goal that you've just established. Now, before you jump to that other video, I want you to really quick hit that subscribe button because I am going to be publishing videos over the next couple of weeks that give specific evidence-based advice on different topics that people commonly pick for their goal, like exercising and getting to the gym consistently, having a morning routine, and more. So stay tuned.